Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Contest of Speed, EU3. Yeah, we're back. We're back again. Abu Dhabi, round 14. There's not many to go, ladies and gentlemen, so strap yourselves in. I'm not by myself this evening. Shane's here. Shane has returned.
Evening. We are finally back, and we are happy to be back.
I'm reunited with a very tired Shane, but it's fine. He's here. That's the important thing.
Exactly, that's the thing. We are reunited for the remaining weeks of the season.
There's not long to go, mate. There's not
nope,
long to go.
But I will not miss another race this season.
Wow, you said that on stream. You said that on stream
yeah.
Now, so he's holding himself to it. We've got 13 drivers at the moment. Blade should be here, so that should make it 14, which isn't too bad from EU3, considering the small grid that is remaining. Spud has retired in the pit lane.
The small grid that is remaining, I think I might have missed something.
Have you missed something?
I don't know. I thought we usually had it. We used to have a big grid, but 14 is not that bad. But for 3 standards,
there is 18 full-time drivers in the tier and 2 reserves, which makes it 20 drivers. That's if they're here.
Fair enough. As the Mantis just spins it around turn 3.
He won't be the first one this evening, or the last.
No, so this game, but we already knew it's not only Abu Dhabi. This game is just very tricky.
Turn 3 and probably turn 11 as well with the new layout.
True, yeah, the new layout's here.
I want to go on record by saying it's the first time Contest of Speed has raced on the new layout this year.
Yep, I believe that. As Dan gets
disqualified for blocking the pit exit. That is,
as he was waiting for an Alpine to go by. I think that's Tichy. So unfortunate for Dan. Also, yeah, I haven't driven the new layout myself. But I'm not gonna join AM3. I'm way too tired.
I have driven it in a league race once, and I wouldn't say it was very successful.
Okay. But I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I can think of worse things to do.
My opinion, my personal opinion, the previous layout, the old layout, I didn't mind it. I've always liked Abu Dhabi, so. But this new layout doesn't look bad.
Doesn't look too bad. Cornish Mantis posting a blistering 1:54 lap time. That is the first time of the session. We're 5 minutes in. We've had Spud retire in the pits. Danny's been disqualified from the session, and Two Spells decided, in sympathy with his teammate, that he was going to crash in exactly the same spot.
Okay. Well, we're off to a great start, aren't we?
Well, we are. They're not ideal for the Ferraris, but if Ferrari being Ferrari, so what do we expect, really?
Definitely. I mean, they're not going to be starting at the front. They're not going to be anywhere near the front either, but maybe they can make some magic happen. There's only 13, there will be 14 drivers, so the top 10 isn't far away. And the Wizard is actually at this point still remaining inside of the top 10. So
yeah, we've had
much there. And the Mantis is on a second lap and he's setting new purple sectors, so definitely not happy with his 1:54. I wouldn't be happy with that either. But he did crash, well, not crash, he did spin the car around and still finished the lap.
That is the situation at the moment.
And there he goes again! Out of the penultimate corner. He was on for a good one, I think, yeah. Yeah, he was on for a good one. The Rock is at this moment still...
Oh, and Tichy's got the corner before!
I think Nicholas Latifi might be Tichy's idol.
Looks to be everybody's idol at the moment. It's a few spins already. We've had a couple of small grids in the last couple of weeks just to bring Shane up to speed as well. We've had about 12, 13 and 14 drivers, which has meant, as you mentioned, Shane, you've only a couple of retirements and points will be in people's
yeah, definitely. I mean, as opposed to at the start of the season where we had a full grid almost every time, but I mean, I'm still happy to be doing this with 14 drivers. I'm just happy to be here and commentate on these races. It's always fun. As opposed to EU1 where they usually have almost no drivers.
That has changed this year. Change. Oh, who would have thought?
A lot is changing, to be honest. A lot is changing. But the admin teams keep putting in the work to make everything happen.
Blood, sweat and tears, mate. Championship cannot be decided this evening, by the way, everybody. So it will go on for at least another 1, maybe 2 rounds before we get a decision. Two Spells leading the championship has been cut down over recent weeks because Cygate's picked up a couple of podiums in the last couple of races. Two Spell is on 186, Cygate is on 142, so only 44 points behind.
That's not bad.
Which would be impressive if Cygate, I'm not saying he will, but if he wins the championship, that it would be very impressive because he currently hasn't got a race victory as of yet.
But I mean, if you're up there every time and you're scoring points, you don't really need a race. You don't really need to win the races to win the championship. Mm-hmm. As long as you're picking up points consistently, you can do it.
I might as well curse both of them. They haven't had a retirement between them so far this season.
They both have not retired already.
They have not retired at all. Cygate has finished outside the top 10 in 13th, but it wasn't a retirement. So that pretty much sums it up. The other person that's done that is Tichy, who currently sits fifth. Sorry, got the hair up there. 5th in the championship. P3 in the championship is very close. Jerry's on 104. Cornish Mantis, after his recent run-off form, is on 98, and Tichy's on 97. So 3rd, 4th, and 5th separated by 7 points in the championship at the moment. So a few little battles to keep an eye on. The fantastic news is everybody that started the season has scored a point. We've had people join since then that haven't scored a point. Escobar's still to pick up a point, but he is only 2 races in, so it's not really fair to pick him up on that.
Yeah, no, true.
Everyone else has scored a point in season past. That has not been possible, but
Tichy's gone at turn 3. Not the first person to go at turn 3. We've seen Mantis do it. We've seen Tichy do it. I think a lot more are going to follow during the race. If I'm gonna be honest.
Nico Boyo won. Thank you for the follow. Stream Element. Shane, we get a lovely introduction by Stream Elements now. I've only just noticed this.
Oh, do we?
If you do, whoever's just done, I don't know who's got the COS Formula 1 account. I don't know who's on it. I'm probably guessing it's Ricky. Exclamation mark comms, and Stream Elements goes, tonight our commentary team is the amazing duo of Matthew, Rob and Shane.
Hey yo, let's go.
Let's go. Look at that.
That's actually sick. That's actually hyped and sick, and that's actually cool.
That is pretty cool.
I'm actually happy with that. Yeah.
I can feel the smile that's gone across your face from here. It's fantastic.
You can still smile when you're tired.
I know you can still smile when you're tired. 6 drivers so far have set a lap time. We've just got under 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Fragnista, who is under the name of Blue Shark.
This time not Escobar anymore.
No, this is...
And he spins it.
Spun. This will be the last race he is under the name of Blue Shark, because he will be getting his Fragnista main account back next week. Yes.
Hasn't he? He's driven under Escobar as well, right?
He has, but Escobar is actually Escobar now because he's joined the league since that's happened. Since you've last commentated, there's a Mercedes in the background of Chrome Magician.
It's funny because I know all these people who the accounts belong to that he's borrowing.
Oh, so you can proper like rat him out. You can proper like snitch on him. That's good.
Why would I snitch on him?
Yeah, why not?
I hope he asks for permission to use the environment. I hope so.
Who knows? Cornish Mantis on pole 24.4. So we've got 4 drivers not going to set a time for definite. Spud, 2 Spud, 2
maybe
Frank
Nisser as well. You don't know.
Escobar's going to struggle to make it. Acid Master's the same on Blade. So actually we could have up to 16 at some point. But you know, there's one certain individual that's ticked that should be here and isn't here. So this is awkward.
He still has 5 minutes.
Very quick 5 minutes. Sidegate is on a lap and is going again.
Who is Heatmix actually, by the way? Like, I've seen his name, but
he's a new driver.
He's a new driver.
Yeah, I know. This is one of that. Many things have happened since you've not been here.
Yes.
It's great.
I mean, what do you expect when you're gone for 4 weeks?
Relative calm.
Yeah, true. I mean, in my defense, one of the 4 weeks was a break, so like, and one of the weeks was personal reasons. So, but the other 2 weeks, yeah, my bad.
Sorry, my bad.
Tichy seems to be going out for another one.
Yeah, Tichy's doing a long run at the moment. I think trying to get some practice in. For a lot of these guys, it'll be the first time they've driven this track.
Could be, because he's really using these tires. He's on 3 laps already, and he's putting the same boots on. And there comes my boy Frag, and he's exiting the pit lane now. Please, just set a time, okay?
I need someone. There's a Williams that's going slowly because I don't know, going slow. I want to see if anyone is on.
There was
lap.
a Merc going slow, but I don't know if. Also, the Merc spun again for the second time.
J-Ray seems to be on a lap, so we're going forward with J-Ray through sector 1. He's come to 10th lap so far. Ahead, using the one of 2 DRS zones there is around this circuit. There's still the old original ones that we've all known in the past. Down towards the chicane. Traction zone. As he exits, DRS open for another time. Now this is where it gets funky. Because you're all used to a left, right, left at the end of this straight. Not anymore, it's just a left sweeping bend. Gyro's gone purple through the middle sector. A bit of traffic on the left hand side, but that is well out of the way. Final sector's not really changed much. These corners have just opened out a little bit more, so they're a bit more flowing rather than stop, start, stop, start. A little bit tentative on the accelerator there, throws it into the inside. The sector last corner just about gets the car, it's just starting to wander away, and J-Ray goes on pole with 24.0. Picked up 4 tenths in that last sector. That is, yeah, interesting to say the least. So Spud currently sitting in 9th because I don't know how that works, but from this has not set a time yet.
Okay, Where's my boy Fragnister? He's coming down the main straight. He's on a lap. He's not the only one on a lap. I'm seeing Tichy and The Rock who are both on a lap. The Rock was on pole previously, on pole earlier today. He has dropped down to 6th at the moment, unfortunately for him. This time Fragnister not spinning around there, though he will go into the 3rd sector. And this should be the easy part. I say should be. I haven't driven this track, and there he goes.
Not so easy part. It is. He just needs to. I'm not gonna lie. Just needs to cross the line, because then he'll be 9th and not 10th.
Yeah. True. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you want to be 10th because you'll be starting on the right side of the grid instead of the left side, right? Or is it the other way around?
I can't remember.
I don't know on which side. I don't know on which side.
We'll have a look when Fragnister. Fragnister's on the. It's on the right hand side, so yes, he wants to be on the right side. P9 it is.
Okay, so if pole is on the right hand side, then 9th is on the right hand side as well.
Tichy's retired somewhere. I think that's in the pit. Sidegate is on the move. He's a 10th up.
Oh.
I think we're going to see a race of attrition.
Everyone's on a lap at this point.
Some have already just finished their lap. Sidegate's around the last couple of corners. He's got one corner left. Massive improvement again in the final sector. Does a 24-1, puts himself on the front row. The Williams of Yeet Mix has just hit the wall. We've just seen that. Is he going to keep his foot in?
We've seen debris fly and his front wing is completely gone.
3 Rock is... I don't know what he's doing. Seems like he's not attacking. Great Magician's 4 temps up through the 1st sector.
Will be the next one over the line as he's inside the 3rd sector right now. And then Fragnister is causing yellow flags, maybe out of fuel. I guess so.
Or back.
He's getting.
So, Great Magician's the only one actually on a lap because others have either invalidated or had a slight accident.
Into the pits. I think he might have taken the pit lane entry a bit wrong, but whatever. It is what it is.
Magician, a 2nd up on his time, so at the moment putting himself towards the low 26s. In the Mercedes this evening, replacing Steve. There's a slow moving Sidegate in front, but he'll probably be out of harm's way with a couple of corners to go. Very neat and tidy from Great Magician. Easy on the throttle and goes to the line. It's a mid 25, so a vast improvement that time around. And concludes qualifying.
Yes, it does. You are correct, my friend.
For round 14. Waiting on Sidegate in the pits, I believe. There we go. So, close out front, J-Ray and Sidegate, P1 and P2. Cornish Mantis has got himself up there in P3, 3 tenths behind. Yeetmix puts himself in a very strong P4. Red Mask and 3 Rock separated by less than half a tenth. Couple of tenths back is Great Magician. Tichy didn't really put in a qualifying lap as such. Neither did Fragnister. No time set for Spud, 2-spell, Tebow, and Danny was disqualified for blocking the pit lane. So, a couple of drivers out there showing that we haven't seen their true hand yet.
at this track, because we have seen what people are capable of on previously this season, of course.
Yeah, but your tyre temps stay at 100. And it's the same thing through Nice. That's why you kind of get away with it, whereas the tyres cool and then possibly overheat. Just saying.
Yeah,
so
you really need to find.
Can't
you need
really
to find the right tire pressures.
Yeah, you can't
to make sure they're in the right temperature.
I would say this: I never run the same tyre pressures I do in TT that I would do in a race, because it just doesn't work.
No, you shouldn't do that. You should really like feel it out. You should just do. My advice is hop in a just practice. Practice is enough, because you can't do a multiplayer lobby by yourself. So if you just do practice and then do laps, and if the tires overheat or if the tires get too hot, then you lower the tire pressure until the tires are stable.
I think that would be your problem, my friend, if they're smack bang just in the middle. I know my tyre pressures. Tyre pressure is usually towards the low side. AJ is exactly the same. So
yeah,
and it doesn't have to be many laps. Literally, all I would do is just fill the car up on like the fuel you have for like a 50% race. Do like 2 or 3 reps, and you can work out by looking at the tyres as they warm up which tyres going to be hot and which ones need
at the
turning
temperature down. On the MFD, you just look after like 3 or 4 laps will be enough.
5-10 minutes, done.
If the temperature goes too high, then you lower it, and then you run again, and you run it again until the temperature's fine.
I would rather have them too low than too high. I know too low is going to be rubbish for like safety car restarts, but you can warm them up. Whereas obviously if you've got overheating tyre, very difficult to cool it down.
It's easier to warm them up than to cool them down.
Yeah,
that's definitely for sure.
Speaking of tyres, we'll have a look at it. Lovely, Shane. Look at that.
Good idea. Hold on, let me check. I am checking. I'm seeing 3 different tyres.
I know, it's fantastic. What an array of choice we've got there. So, J-Race on the mediums.
There's only 3 choices, sure.
It's variety. I've never seen so many softs being used.
Look. That's a fact. It is variety. But within F1, the drivers only have a choice out of 3 tyres. Yeah, but all 3 of them are being used at the start of this race.
Which is fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah.
Joe's gone to the mediums, Saigo's gone to the hards, so the front row drivers have split there. Corus Mantis and Unix with the mediums, Red Mask with the hards, surprise, kind of what we expect from Red Mask these days. Three Rock and Chromie with the mediums, Titchy's gone for the softs, Prognesis gone to the hards, Spud's also gone for the softs, so for Alpine on the same strategy.
Not go for the softs today. Usually he does, or at least that's what I remember.
Two Spurs also on the softs, and Tebow and F47 on the hards. So the Ferraris have split strategy, the Alpines haven't. Get those predictions in. Death Storm's gone with a J-Ray, Two Spur and Cygate podium.
That's a reasonable prediction. I can see that happening. That's kind of like the 3. Are they the 3 leaders of the championship? I know the Wizard and Cygate are, but
J-Ray is getting himself up there.
Okay, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm seeing 5 lights and we're glitched, and away we go. And that's a nice start for J-Ray. Cygate always sliding over to the outside to have a good line through turn 1. There we go. We've seen some action in the further down the field. Tichy Spud gaining positions. He's already up into 6th.
Soft tyres seem to be
exactly. But he created Magician, Magician. No, he's not giving up, but he has to concede on the exit of that U-turn, kind of, should I say.
So Great Magician down a couple of places as the Alpines pick up speed on their soft tyres. There's a Haas at the back.
He's going down the inside. He's on the second corner of the chicane, but he can't make it stick. And then we've got 4 cars down here. We got the 2 Alfa Romeos and 2 Ferraris. You see, Dan is going to make a move on Stragnister, and Dan goes round. Was there contact? I couldn't see from my angle.
Could not see. I was too busy looking at the lunge on Fragnista going into the chicane back there. That was it was very sketchy to say the least. Spud has spun. Oh, and he's also got front wing damage because he's gone into the wall first. That wasn't exactly ideal.
Fragnista is now, he got past the wizard, but he's now lost 2 positions in 1 corner.
Yeah, and Three-Rock has gone up 2 positions. Wizard down the inside, possibly into turn 1 on the soft. Spud in the pit lane already. Don't manage to get past the other 2. Oh, that Ferrari's not looking particularly very nice to start off with. So, position changes. As you were, really. A couple of places lost here and there. Spud was up a few from his starting position, but he's now pitted. Cornish Mantis down the inside of the Williams.
Are your intervals crude? Because mine are.
Not too bad at the minute.
Yeah, mine are absolutely astonishing.
We've got a Alfa Romeo of Treebrook there. I think I just dropped it in there.
Yes.
Cornish Mantis and the Williams of Yeatmax still fighting, but the Aston Martin driver's got that move done. Time for Treebrook. That's a bit harsh considering I think where he is. 2-spell.
It's 2-spell? Okay.
It is 2-spell. Needs to be careful with
there comes his teammate and bringing along Thibaut.
Yeah, the Haas of Tichy's in the wall.
That's an Alpine. Okay.
That's not a great start for the Alpines. Yeah, the Haas of Fragnista was very close to 2-spell. I don't know if they've come into contact. Three-Rock has retired, and that could possibly be a safety car depending on the position it's in. It's in quite a dangerous location.
Yeah, but there's a lot of runoff area out there, and Spud is now going past. This might cause a safety car, but I'm not sure. No, it's only 1 car, so safety car is going to stay away, and there we go. The Marshes have cleaned up the mess, and we can keep on driving.
We can keep on driving. We'll head back to tyres. There you go, everybody. That's a very unusual accident, considering I don't think the barriers are as protruding as what they used to be.
Yeah, no, also the barriers are not. The barriers are definitely. You could say he clipped the barrier on the inside.
Jerry spotted from the lead!
As I was saying, you would have to go quite far over the curb to hit the barrier, to clip the barrier on the inside, so it's kind of weird that he.
Unless he's caught. Unless he's caught the orange part of the barrier that's kind of sticks out a little bit compared to the rest of it.
But that's still unlikely. You'd still have to go far over the curb to hit that. Unless, I mean, maybe he lost the car. He lost control of the car. That could be an explanation. Or he literally just went that far over the curb and clipped it. That's also... It's all possible, as the Wizard has spun again. Coming out of the hotel section.
I tell you what, I feel this race is going to be, if you can keep the car pointing in the same direction, even if you are the slowest driver out there.
You're gonna, and it's, yeah, but you're right, it's kind of looking like that at this point. It's really looking like you just keep the car in a straight line, or you just keep the car pointing the way it needs to go, and you're gonna make up positions.
As we've seen, Jake
trying to attack Cornish Mantis, but he has the DRS now. Mantis does not have DRS, but he's definitely not close enough to make this move and has to stick around. You were saying?
Well, we've seen the LFA, I think the Alpine.
That's really
we've seen spins, and we've seen spins from people
and
who
there
don't.
goes Easter. Oh, and that's gonna be rear wing damage. There's no shot. That has to be rear wing damage. That's the end of your race.
And we've seen spins from drivers we don't expect to see spins from.
Yeah, like J-Ray, for example. I wasn't expecting that, but it seems like a tricky track. If I look at the spins here, they're kind of spinning like everywhere. It's not just a few corners where a lot of people usually spin. It's literally they're just everywhere. They're just going. Just
to be aware, the forecast is clear at the moment. Also, it's on the track. The time is set to official, so realistic. So I don't know if that's got to have a play with it, because it's not exactly dark, is it? It's not. It's more like a dusk kind of sunset.
Yeah, maybe it's gonna go dark later. We're only on lap 5, and usually the real life F1 also they start in the dusk as well. So we might see it going dark later, but I don't know if the game gonna give us that. But Mantas has found his way inside the DRS, and look at how close he is. He's within 2/10. He's pushing the Red Bull of Saget through this third sector. Saget looks a little bit wobbly exiting the hotel section. That could have cost him a lot of positions here, as at the front everyone's kind of sticking together. There's a few little gaps, and there goes Saget, pulls out of the way, pulls to the inside. He's not
contact!
Bang wheels, and Mantas has to go off track to keep the car from spinning, and now this is allowing Yeatmax to get himself into this battle, so we might have a three-way battle for the lead at the moment. Pit stop still not come through for these guys.
No, the spud. We're down to 11 drivers already. We're on lap 6. Still a long way to go. One safety car changes it all. Three-way battle for the lead.
The straight line speed on that Red Bull, as he just didn't get past Cornish Mantas, not far away, and he had DRS, but he just doesn't get past. Look at this again. Look at this straight line speed from the Red Bull the whole straight with DRS in the slipstream. That close behind each other, and he just cannot find a way past. That is it. Now I understand why he is being pushed around through the third sector, because it's all in straight. It's low downforce for the Red Bull. That's why this third sector is a little bit of a weaker spot for the Red Bull, but he's really pulling himself together on the straights. Yeah, not wobbly at all this lap. From Saigate exiting the hotel section, that's way better. So this might set him up to keep his first position into the turn 1, as Cornish Mantas is not using the DRS. Oh, there is no DRS here. My bad.
We saw a lovely onboard camera there from the front wing, low angle of Mantas there, looking at the back of AJ going through turn 6 and 7. Last time round, a little bit of wiggle on the exit for Mantas. Just using the DRS at the moment. Seems to be just content, Shane, to just sit behind the Red Bull for the time being.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a choice. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's straight. The DRS it's not doing anything. He has to get it from the third sector, but if he wants to get it in the third sector, he needs to, on this straight with the DRS, he needs to get as close as possible, or else he's not going to be able to make it, unless here, when they go into this corner, unless he might have to use really wide exit. Yeah, he's wide and he lost time there. He's not as close, but if he wants to be, he needs to be closer. And exiting that corner, needs to turn on the ERS and try and make a move into the hotel section, because he's not getting past on the straight lines.
I think that's the thing. Yeah. You have to really compromise or take into account the circuit. Do you set your car up for sector 3 and pass sector 1, where there is a few corners, especially corners that require load, or do you set it for the, as you said, the straight line speed, and just go with the straight line speed merchants that the Red Bull is in real life at the moment, and
but
tired.
Main street. That might be a safety car. It is a safety car.
That is returned on the main straight. We'll have a look. Jump on for just a cover of jump.
The car is gone, yeah. Unfortunate.
Unfortunate. So 10 drivers remain.
Points for everyone.
Oh well, not yet, because they still need to make it towards the 90% mark of the race completed. So that's going to be around lap 26. I'm going to have to make it to. Yeah, it's really going to set up for high downforce, or higher downforce, or lower downforce, or do you go compromise and go in between?
I think that would depend on your driving style, on what you want, what do you expect from your car, and what do you want your car to do with the inputs that you use, as in the steering input and the throttle input. It's kinda, it comes down to, everyone has their own preferences in what they expect from their car, and how much they want to extract from the car. So in this case, Cygate is really confident in his ability to keep the car in a straight line even with low downforce on this, as previously seen tonight, this tricky track for some people. So he's really confident in his ability to not spin the car. Then yeah, I'm fine with him being on low downforce. If you're someone like me who likes higher downforce so that you don't have to struggle with the car in the corners, then you're gonna struggle getting past someone like Cygate on the straight line.
Oh, it was a race to see who come out. I think Cygate just got ahead of Tichy.
Yeah, I think Tichy wanted it, but
they out. So
Tichy has now gotten himself in between the battle for the lead. This is not looking good for Coach Madness.
No, and I get what it's about saying. There's no Kahura. I don't know whether that's because of what the realistic settings are, what we usually use is causing that, or it's just this track. Multiple drivers saying it. I think it could be just this track. I've just seen something. Prognosis has just subscribed 7 months in a row. No, 7 months. He's on a 4-month streak. What a world.
Right. Hey. My guy.
And then it's just said, subscribed at tier 1, they've subscribed for 7 months, cool. Currently on a 4-month streak, and then it's just gone 7 months in a row. Who knows? Thank you anyway. We all hope next year's games is better. We all hope.
We all hope, but deep down we all know.
But it's EA making it, and you've seen the state of people. It's not ideal.
Just the fact that they can't do FIFA and they take a second game in F1, so now they're doing 2 games. I don't know who came up with that idea,
but interestingly, Cygate pitted off the hards and went on to the mediums.
Now Tichy's gonna pit a lap later than the others. So then what's the point in trying to get out, in trying to come out in front?
Just so he was out in front?
Yeah, probably. Classics are using 3 zeros and 5ing.
He's on the hard tire. He is gonna...
enjoying the evening.
He's probably gonna come out. He will come out in 9th place because R2 spot also stopped. So everybody's made a pit stop, so no one's required to make a further stop if needed. But it'll be very interesting to see what happens to everybody on the medium time.
So Cygate now has the upper hand with his straight line speed and the softer compound on the medium, but I don't know, can the medium go 19 laps at Abu Dhabi? I really doubt it.
I've only ever seen it happen once, and that was on a game 2, I think it was 2 games ago.
Yeah, but
again, it's just just not possible.
I really have the feeling Cygate might have to pit again, so who knows? If he's lucky, he gets another safety car, then we might see everyone on the softs and see people go dash for a few laps, dashing to the end. But as it stands right now, I don't know.
Oh, what it should mean is we should be all good for fuel between now and the end of the race. No one should be having to fuel save.
That's usually what a safety car does, yeah.
Two-spell
and Richard Field
has joined the back of the queue. Safety car will come in and Cygate will control the tempo of the race. He is now on the better tyre, as well as having the better straight line speed, so we should see this Red Bull realistically pull away.
We should. On the straights, it's probably gonna happen. Because there's the DRS. And then the question is, can Cornish get back? Can he catch back up after being on a harder compound? And there goes Cygate right on the start-finish line, so he didn't have a choice, and yet the gap isn't too big, but
it is just about.
He has something to work with at least. Even though you should be ready for it, because you have to start finish line, so everyone should. Yeah, he has to start. So.
It was just about quicker, good enough. So he's got himself, to put too much effort, nearly got himself a second gap already through sector 1. So far,
I think Cornish might be using ERS as the gap is being stable. I say might be because you never know.
Having a quick look further down the grid, we've seen an Alfa Romeo and a Ferrari swap, and they're still jostling for position with the Williams. As another Ferrari overtakes the Alpine, the Ferrari of down the inside of Thibaut through what is now turn 11 and 12. That was a very nice move there from Mr. X427. As the guys are squabbling at the back, all on the medium tyres. They kind of need to work together here because there's a couple of hard runners in front. Cygate's pulled himself a 1.1 second gap so far. Sorry, I'm listening to I'm looking at the wing chat that's going on in the Twitch chat at the moment with the fact that you can drive 0-0 wings at Monza and at Belgium, which makes no sense in my mind.
Yes, that does happen. I have done. Oh no, you couldn't. No, that wasn't previous games where you couldn't do 0. Yeah, so I did 1-1 at Monza.
Sorry, Shane, hang on. What a drive from Thibaut on the exit of turn 8.
Let's go watch that. That's more
But the Ferrari fights back and seems to have a better straight. Thibaut got a fantastic drive off the corner, and then the Ferrari fought back in the straight line speed. They're going to go side by side through turn 11 and 12. And that will do just for the time being, as you were. Oh, and Yeemix has spun from what was 6th place. We'll get back to Shane and wing chat in a second. So we can do it now.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
You're watching Valorant.
I didn't want to say it, but you know. Oh, there goes Thibaut.
Thibaut's gone. He's gone a long way down there. That's right in the heart of turn 3.
And all the way down to 10th.
And those tyres are going to be
so
really
now
open.
DRS is active. The Manta is actually still within the DRS of Cygate, but he's not as close as he was on the previous laps. But now, after seeing them pitting, now I understand why, because Cornish was soft and compact as opposed to Sayed. Now the roles are reversed. Sayed unable to get away, but the gap is...
Yeah, the gap's come down quite a bit, so Saigate, has he made a mistake somewhere? He's lost a second.
At least, because at least half a second. The gap was 8 to 9 tenths, so he has lost about a second because the gap came down to 2 tenths.
Tebo's lost direction. He's going. Oh, Red Mask, well held, sir. That was very, very sketchy on the exit of the final corner. J-Race, just interestingly though, Shane, J-Race just pumped in the fastest lap in the race on the hard tyre. And currently sits in 4th place and has caught up to the back of these guys. Tebo's in the pits. Red Mask picked up.
Have you ever noticed that when the cars go at, what is it, turn 4, turn 5, the hairpin kind of? If you look at them go through it on the minimap, it's not aligned with the track map.
I have not known.
The track map goes more to the right than the cars, so it looks like they're cutting the corner on the minimap.
I'm going to keep an eye on that.
Yeah, it's actually funny. Don't ask me why I pay attention to that, but I've noticed it in qualifying as well. I'm just distracted very fast as we're going through the hotel section. Now we're back to before the safety car. We're back to where we left off, where Saigate go on the straights on the second sector, and then that's pretty much it. And then where Cornish Mantis in the third sector comes back at him to push him through.
So we're down to 9, so Tebow won't get his point for 10.
Yeah, we are down to 9 drivers. But we still have 4 drivers here at the front. J-Ray, after spinning, has found his way back into 4th, and he is not far behind. So there might still be a podium in here for the McLaren driver. We're only on lap 15 out of 29.
And we're expecting, if it's all green flag running between now and the end, we're expecting the medium guys to come in as Cornish Mantis looks to attack AJ to the outside. Please back onto that. Looks to switch back underneath, but the Red Bull parks it on the apex. Let's go on to the much requested TV pod version of the camera. It's just not quick enough in a straight line to.
If there's another safety car, or if they pit again, I'd say Cornish, if he believes in himself, if he's confident enough, lower the front wing a little bit and see what happens. Maybe you will get a chance to get past, and if you're unlucky, you'll spin. So it's
Red Master's picked up another. He's already on 6 seconds already.
Yeah, but he's the only one with
I know.
any sort of
it's a track where, to be honest, I'm not expecting many penalties. You're going to get.
You usually don't expect a lot of penalties on this track. It is what it is.
You run wide at turn 1, possibly turn 11, but unless you cut the inside of the corners in the last sector. But other than that, I'm struggling to see the way home time.
Take a look at the track map as the Ferraris and everything are going.
Oh yeah, it looks like they're just basically straight lining it. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, they're just cutting the corner on the minimap. It's actually funny.
So Mantis in the slipstream and the DRS, no ERS usage, and that's still not enough to get past the Red Bull, who then parks it on the apex and compromises the Aston Martin's line. Red Master still sitting in hot pursuit, we've seen in the rear view mirror.
I mean, he's sitting in hot pursuit with 6 second penalties. So J-Ray is maybe the smart person, as he's not going for it. He's just letting them. He's letting them cook. You know, they might be cooking something, and when someone crashes, he will be there to pick up the positions, which is a smart move. Also, he doesn't have to fight Red Mask because he will get the podium anyway. But of course, a podium on track is a lot more spectacular than a podium taking it on penalties. even though it's the safer option.
Oh, Death Storm, what a game that was. Yeah, I remember playing that. F1 Championship Edition 2006 Death Storm. Sorry, I'm looking
2006, bro.
Yeah.
I was 3 years old by then.
I wasn't. Let's put that
I was. I'm still a baby.
Remix has spun. He's in the pits. Hard tyres or another set of mediums. I reckon it'll be another set of mediums. Let's have a look.
Oh.
No, it is the hard tyre. We've seen a move by Red Mask, and there's contact near the front. Mantis and AJ. J-Ray's going to try and squeeze through. It's carnage. Sygate's going to get the position back with 3 wide going into the run down to turn 11.
Oh,
and
we did go 3 wide. They just flew past.
So I think they all clocked on to what happened. So Sygate's got the position back. Mantis and
no visible front wing damage on Cornish's car, but you saw. So J-Ray has got his 3rd place, but the way they just flew past Red Mask on the braking zone was amazing to see. I think
Red Mask
didn't expect that.
I think Red Mask had to give that up. I think possibly.
Oh yeah, maybe it could have been possible, but
so J-Ray was the one that gained from that. Everyone else was as you were. So J-Ray and Red Mask swapped position. Top 4 are only separated by 1.2 seconds.
Yeah, but I evidently I had a TV cam for Cornish's action there. You could see that one coming from a mile away. He was not going to slow down enough. He was hitting the back of Sygate. There was no stopping that Aston Martin.
He's going to go again.
Oh, he's going to send it. Has he found some straight line speed in his Aston Martin? And there he goes. He gets the position for the first time.
He gets the position done. He won't have DRS though, so the Red Bull we're going to see comes straight back, and it's Sygate round the outside into turn 11.
Hello, my friend.
Hello.
Ooh, but look at Sygate, so wobbly on the exit. You see that? The car was literally sliding left and right. Sygate's really struggling on corner exits sometimes here and there, as in the hairpin. Is it a hairpin? After the second DRS zone, and then coming out of the hotel section, that corner, you can see the car and it's wobbling. I don't think that's a sign that that's something good, but he's managing for now. So as long as he can keep driving like this, then he should be fine, I guess. It's his own choice to go for low downforce.
J-Ray! Here comes J-Ray! Down the inside, he's got 2.
2 for 1.
Oh, tags, contact on the back. Go back to the broadcast.
Sygate the big loser this time. Sygate lost out big time.
J-Ray leads, as Cornish Mantis is 2nd, Red Mars 3rd, and Sygate is now 4th.
Yeah.
I'm also going to say one thing, Shane. I know it's not much, but the gap between 5th and 4th has come down to under 3 seconds.
Yeah, but I mean, they have been fighting for the last 2 laps, so I'm not surprised by that at all. To be honest.
And dare I say, he's dragging not one, but also possibly the other Ferrari along. So, who knows?
2-Spill is he's a bit far out. 2 seconds. If he can catch up, then Magician is definitely dragging along 2 Ferraris on his charge to the front. But as of right now, I'd say he's got 1 with him.
Cygate hanging on. In fact, not got the DRS that time round. So has he overdone his medium tyres there? X427 is probably the closest we've seen him to the Mercedes in terms of making a pass. Has Cygate overcooked those mediums?
Ooh, that is a good question. Maybe, could be, but I mean, I wouldn't say overcooked, but he could have. But I'd rather say that I knew they weren't gonna last 19 laps. So, and with the drivers we have left right now, I really doubt we're gonna get another safety car. Ooh, Cornish. His car was kind of sliding with understeer coming out of the hotel section. Look at the gap J-Ray has built out of that. It's just the understeer from Cornish has left J-Ray outside the DRS.
Yeah, that's cost Cornish about 0.8 of a second, that mistake.
Yeah, exactly. That's... The smallest mistake can create like so much. It's actually insane. But that's always the case when you're that close together, isn't it?
I mean, AJ, what do we come to expect now? He has made a good point. We kind of not picked up on it. Don't forget, Redmaster's done all this battling, Shane. He's still got 90% ERS left. Compared to everybody else around him.
All this battling, I mean, for the most part, he just sat behind corners and Cygate, but he has been able to keep up with them. He's been able to stick with them without using ERS, which is good. But I mean, as we've seen over the seasons, because the first season he was here, he wasn't the greatest driver. We knew he was able to do something, but. And as we see where he's come from right now, Red Mask, he's driving at the front most of the time. He does tend to make a mistake here and there, but most of the time he's driving at the front. So he's come a long way, and it's actually nice to see people develop this way.
This was the whole point of having EU3 and EU4 when we started it many seasons ago. Cornish Madness has responded. 1.1. Cygate is dropped off, and
those mediums are they're done. But
Grey Magician has been closing in that gap because he's not been able to shake off the Ferrari. Two-Spell came in and put on some mediums. Yemix has retired. He's done a Latifi. Oh, we're going to see a safety car. No, it's a VSC.
VSC.
Oh,
this is lucky for the three guys ahead, because if we get a safety car now, Cygate can get some fresh boots on, and then because his mediums are definitely done. His mediums are out of it. So with 6-7 laps to go, I think he has a chance to stay in fourth. Maybe to stay within 6 seconds of Red Mask. I'm not sure about that one, but he has a chance to stay ahead of Magician, but Magician's definitely gonna catch up to that. From what I'm seeing, he could be faking it, but I
mean, these guys could come in pit and put on a set of softs or mediums and really just.
They can, but the VSC is about to go away. I wouldn't be surprised.
Cygate's doing it. No, Cygate didn't do it.
There we go.
It's green, and he lost a bit of time doing that as well. So Grey Magician's got that gap down to about 2.6 seconds. Gaps everywhere. The top three stayed the same. So good management under the VSC by everybody. As I would say, Shane, although it's optimistic, we have a top 7 separated by 10 seconds. And the reason why I say that is Tichy's down in 7th on the hard tyres, so still possible and closing in on our leader.
Ooh, closing in on the leader, that's...
As the gap is now under 10 seconds.
From who, actually?
Between J-Ray and Tichy.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, fair enough, but still...
still a lot of work to do.
Yeah, still a long way out.
Mantis has got himself back within DRS. Cygate continues to drop off. 2.3 seconds to 4 seconds now. As we have 6 laps to go when they cross the line this time round. Two-Spell in 8th, but this is damage limitation for Two-Spell. What's been a very difficult evening to say the very least. You still have a sizable gap in the championship as it stands, but there is still plenty of time left for that to happen, considering his championship rival is struggling somewhat in P4 as Two-Spell's just spun, so I've just put a commentator's curse on him. Sorry, Wizard. Great Magician 2.3, so it's going to happen, Shane.
The gap to Saga is kind of staying stable, like it's still around 2 seconds. I think the gap comes down in the 3rd sector, but Saga on the straight line is just
interesting to see. All the people lying astern. Manchester got the DRS. Red Mask didn't that time round. As this go on board with the Ferrari, damn, we've seen him close in on the Great Magician. Not seen Ferrari for a little while. As Tichy looks just to be dropping off. It's Red Mask.
He has lost front wing damage. I saw debris flying.
Oh, so not only is he going to have to pit. Oh, Ferrari, Dan runs really wide. Struggles to get the thing in the pit lane to start off with. So he's had. Not only has he got his 6 seconds, he's now going to pit and possibly will be fighting Two-Spell. J-Ray from the lead runs across the curves at turn 3. He'd be very lucky to get away with any floor damage there because that was a hefty bump across that.
Yeah, this leaves J-Ray and Cornish Mantis all alone by themselves with the 2 of them. 6 tenths away from each other, both on 16-lap-old hards.
Cygate's chain 5.3 seconds behind these two. Considering where he was 6 laps ago, he's really dropped off.
Maybe you were right when you said tires. Maybe you were.
Who knows? Depending how it goes, we'll could possibly ask him at the end of the race. That's if he gets there. Be amazing.
Oh, Dan's gonna dive down the inside of a Magician. There he goes. Oh,
Magician's gonna have him though with the switchback. J-Ray's got a penalty.
No.
Great camera angle. That was turn. He's been waiting many laps to get it done.
Switchback. He tries it, but Dan shuts the door. That was dangerous.
Boys, you're gonna have.
If Magician stuck his nose up there, they could have been crashed together.
Cygate's loving this. The more these two scrap, because Tichy's now got involved, the more these 3 scrap, the more likely he's going to end up on the podium despite his tyres. Although he's massive slide through turn 2.
The gap has gone up by over a second, so.
Massive slide through turn 2 by Cygate. That's not going to help his tyre temps and tyre wear. So the front 2 are leading the way. Cornish Mantis can just sit there for the next 4 laps and not have to do anything. And J-Ray's going to have to try and get a gap. Or drive in a manner to which to force a mistake from Mantis to get a penalty. Is he on any warning, Shane? Mantis?
Let me go take a look.
Thank you.
Right.
Oh, Dan's picked up a penalty. So he's definitely going to have to try and hold on to that 4th position at the moment. So Cygate's buffer increases.
The Mantis is on 1 warning. Cygate is on 0 warnings. Dan has just picked himself up a penalty. Magician is on 1 warning. Tichy is on 0 warnings. Okay.
Grey Magician all over the back of the Ferrari.
You would assume that the Hearts of Magician are in better shape than Dan's mediums, right? Given that they've done the same amount of laps, the soft core.
I think.
Yeah,
no,
that's what I'm saying.
I'll tell you what, these three can definitely see Cygate now. See the red light flashing on the Ferrari. He's going to force Crow Magician to go the long way around. Tichy's watching hot pursuit. The Ferrari's going to park it on the apex. Runs a bit wide though.
No, but Magician holds around the inside. But look at this, Dan has inside here. But look, I think Magician might have pumped a little bit of ERS into that one.
We did see on board. He did pump. Cygate's really slowing down. Shane.
Yeah, gap 1.6 seconds. Those mediums are absolutely obliterated. If he's losing that much time.
And in fact, the Alpine of Tichy has got past. Dan's in the same. I tell you what, I think Dan's going to be in the same problem as well.
Yeah, they're on the same amount of laps. Dan and Cygate.
And all of a sudden, he's massively dropped off the back of Tichy, and that's a big problem considering you need to stay
Dan is just. I think Dan is just saving tires and Cygate's. He might have been doing the same, saving the tires, but I think he might have to fight in a little bit if he wants to keep his point in position. But how long is he going to be able to hold off this Mercedes and the Alpine of Tichy?
Tichy is looking, I would say, the stronger at the moment, although he's not got as much ERS. I was just thinking Dan needs to just had stayed with them, and he's dropped off 3.5 seconds in this lap alone, Shane. It's not looking good.
Yeah, no, I think Dan is...
Oh, Cygate, and he dropped it!
That is not good for your tires at this time. They could probably pop at any moment. The tires could probably... He could get a puncture at any second now. You can also see it even from the camera view, not the TV pod, but the broadcast camera. His tires are not looking in good shape, Cygate, but he does not want to give away that P3.
No.
Dan, on the other hand, he is happy to finish the race on these tires, no matter what, even if he's losing a lot of time by doing so. Cygate does
possibly move for the lead. Mantis down the inside of J-Ro, who's going to probably fight it back. Yep, he will do.
J-Ray does have a penalty, but the Mantis wants it on track, which is understandable.
So Crow Magician's going to set Cygate up here into what's going to be turn 12, dumping all the battery. DRS is open as well. Tichy, I think, is out of it. Crow Magician's going to go and try and go around the long way. Cygate's going to push him. Tichy's going to go through. Oh, they both crash.
And that's rear wing damage for
Magician. It is rear wing damage.
Cygate, yeah, I know the reason this happened, and this is why Dan has been smart.
J-Ray. Sorry.
Dan is going to gain 2 positions. I don't know, maybe if Crow Magician can hold on, he will be lucky, but... Right as they were... No,
oh, Crow Magician's hit the wall.
That's the rear wing damage for you. And what Dan has done, he's saved his tires over the course of the last 2 laps, and now gained 2 positions in doing so. While Cygate didn't want to give up P3, and in that they were going through the turn, and on the exit, Cygate's left rear tire blew up.
has gone. A 2 spell is going to extend his championship lead, Shane. I didn't think I'd be saying that.
Well, I mean, Saget is going to finish the race.
Well, it's more the fact 2 spell should have.
He's going to get points anyway.
His lead should have been cut somewhat. Crazy end, but we just caught the leader come across the line. So
I mean, the Wizards, he's only extending his lead by 2 points. But yeah, no, and very unfortunate for Saget, but we saw it coming from a mile away. He was dropping off from the last 3, 4, 5 laps, and he still wanted to fight on the last lap, which was never going to work if his tires had already dropped off this far. And then, unfortunately, trying to push Magician wide, the left rear popped, and then Magician was unfortunate collateral damage.
Shame, because Magician would have been on for a podium, but
he would have,
managed to grab it instead. Cornish Mantis is our race winner. Finished behind J-Ray on track, but J-Ray with his penalty means he finishes second. A strong race from those two. Tichy with some strategy work down at Alpine has managed to get himself a 3rd place. But Dan's in 4th after all that, considering his tyres were very worn towards the end. Creative Magician unlucky to be 5th. Red Master 6th, 2 spells 7th. Finishing ahead of his championship rival in the end, so getting 8th. They were our 8 finishers. Yeetmix, Tebow, Spud, Fragnista and 3 Rock all retiring. Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's also it for me. I am off. I will see everyone next week.
Shane will be back next week. I will have a chat with the 3 podium finishes very quickly. Just sorted all those out. I'll do my little bits now whilst I wait for the guys to come join us. AM3 is on this evening. Looks to have a nice sizable grid as well, which is really good to see. They are on in a few hours. That is 9 PM Eastern, 2 AM in the UK, and 3 AM for our Central European colleagues. EU3 run again next week. They start next week, 9 PM UK on a Monday. They will be at, I can tell you that, they will be at Imola next week, which will be very, very nice. They're all joining, they're all filing in. Here they come, here they come, here they come. I will start off with P3 because he's here. He's probably arrived and very excited that he's somehow managed to. What's the word I'm looking for? I can't repeat it, but no. Yes, he knows. I heard it was a superb Spud Masterclass down at Alpine. Am I correct in hearing that?
What, the Spud Masterclass?
Yes.
I'm not sure you could put it that way, but yeah, on some level.
That is excellent. Look. You kept yourself in the race. The virtual safety car came out, and I said to Shane,
"It was perfect."
I said to Shane, "Tichy's only about 10 seconds off the lead. He's not massively behind everybody else, so you could still get some points."
I think I would have been with the front two, but I had to say I basically started the race on minimum fuel.
Excellent.
And so after the safety car, I had 1.5 laps of fuel to save. So I saved that behind my brother. And then that virtual safety car just gave me that little bit of So I meant I could push.
Why am I not surprised that you were struggling with fuel? Shock. Who would have thought?
And then I got a front row seat to see the two in front of me just take each other off the track. I was like, okay, thank you.
I'll be on my merry way. Yes. Probably one of the easier podiums you've ever been given in your contest of speed racing.
I think
in any racing.
Just given up.
Well, I said with about 7 laps to go they had struggled and they were off the cliff, and you kind of dropped away and fell into the clutches of, well, you rabble is all I'm going to say, because it got a bit tasty between you four.
I was just chilling behind.
And obviously Dan
watching the whole thing.
Obviously Dan's tyres fell off towards the end as well.
Yeah. Surprised he didn't pit.
I was surprised they didn't pit either.
Go behind Neil.
So,
but that's how my mind would have worked. But
yeah, well, that's why we have opinions. Well done on your P3.
Thank you.
We'll move on to P2. J Ray. If it wasn't for a silly little penalty, hey? If only. Yeah, and that. I didn't really want to talk about it. Yeah, and another podium finish as well. That makes it 6 for the season. So it's keeps you just about ahead. No, it doesn't. Oh no. I was going to say it keeps you about ahead for P3 in the championship, but it doesn't, because the person that stole the win off you has gone ahead of you by 1 point. It's 1 point for P3 in the championship. But again, another consistent result. Kept yourself out of trouble, and obviously the spin wasn't ideal, but I don't think you were the only one that struggled by the sounds of things this evening. It was a very hateful track, apparently, from what I was seeing in the comments in the Twitch chat. I honestly, I don't blame you. But more points for McLaren. Soldier on, as always. I think you're going to find yourself probably 4th in the constructors, considering it's just you at the moment. Well done. Soldiering on as always. Congratulations for your P2. And we'll move on to the next informed person in the championship, because it has been between you two of recent late. Cornish Mantis, that is 4 wins in the last 7 races.
Well, yeah, that was.
I tell you what, if we just took the championship from round 7, God, it'd be completely different.
I've already left the first half of the season in the past, and don't want to remember it anytime soon. But the entire time leading up to this track, I was not looking forward to it, because it's such a difficult track. It's so testing, and I was kind of scared once I got into the hard tyres that I was just going to lose all of my pace and lose all of my positions. But ironically, I got somewhat lucky when Red Mask sort of made a move on me and on Cygate, and there was just a little bit of carnage, and I somehow managed to come out of that unscathed. Other than that, the little battle with J Ray at the end was, well, I at some point I'd already accepted P2 just because he's got a lot of pace and he's quite difficult to keep up with sometimes. And once I got close enough, I just knew that I had to try and force a mistake out of him, and luckily enough, I was just about able to do that. And yeah, that's a big result. Big result. More points for Aston Martin.
Yeah, because your teammate wasn't here this evening, and I'm going to kill him. But that's fine. Other than that, yeah, it's great. But I mean, must have been a frustrating first part of the race, considering you were staring at the back of a Red Bull with DRS open and not closing in. Probably like racing the Red Bull in real life, really. It's probably what it felt like.
Yeah, it kind of felt like that. I was sort of, after the first few laps, I was like, wait, is this a COS race, or am I actually just watching a real life race here? Because it was. I had a basically sort of a safer setup, so my straight line speed wasn't as good, even if I did close up and have DRS. So it was quite difficult at times to actually make the overtake. But me and the Red Bull seemed to be on opposite strategies, so that ended up paying off for me in the long run.
Yeah, I was. I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised that A, Cygate pitted onto mediums, and B, then didn't pit again towards the end of the race, considering the state of what the tyres would have been.
They must have been
in
screaming
the latter stages. But I mean, it can't really take away from your performance, really. In fact, all three of you, really. Third, fourth, and fifth in the championship, respectively, gentlemen. And you've brought yourselves a little bit closer to the front two, just a little bit.
I'm pretty confident that 2 spell is quite. He's run off with it now.
Yes, considering he got away with.
He ran off of it early. That was the problem.
Yeah, well, also the fact this evening was he was looking down the barrel of losing quite a large number of points.
He had rear wing damage, by the way, from lap 1.
Fantastic. So the fact he's actually made it across the line in one piece.
But he kept going. Yeah.
I think it shows how.
Well, it shows really. If you try and hang it out, you never know what happens. In fact, 2 spell does extend his lead in the championship. I can't believe I'm saying that sentence, considering what it was at one point.
By 2 points, yeah.
By 2 points, yeah. Amazing. Gentlemen, congratulations. I'm sure it's going to be very close between you three for P3 or possibly P2 in the championship with 4 rounds remaining. And you probably make... Yeah, well, I will. You'll probably make an appearance once again. It's Imola next week, then Singapore, then China, then Brazil.
Yeah, I've missed China.
I know China has returned. China is returning the second to last race that is going to happen in EU3 on this game, which is quite funny considering it's the first time we're racing it on this game.
Yes.
Anyway, we could waffle on for ages, but I'll let everybody else go. Thank you for everyone watching this evening. It's been quite interesting looking at people's comments and talking about wings and Wingate and everything else, and how old people are considering what games they used to drive when we were younger. F1 Championship Edition came up from 2006, if you three were interested.
I was waiting for that. F1 2000.
Exactly. Thank you very much for watching. Check out on the socials, Instagram, Twitter, and we'll see you guys next week for Imola. Woo!